Welcome to Dragon Age Deep Dive, where I consume all official Dragon Age content and contextualize it in chronological order so that it makes sense to you and my brain. We're starting off with The Stolen Throne, a novel written by David Gaider and published in 2009. We are in the world of Thedas, and there are two main regions, Orlais and Ferelden, and this takes place in the year of the blessed 896 to 899. There's an Orlesian king on the Ferelden throne, and Prince Merrick, the rightful heir of Ferelden, is running for his life after his mother, the rebel queen, was betrayed and murdered by the king's men. The story starts with Merrick running through the forest trying to escape King Megran's soldiers. He runs into Loghain, an outlaw, who begrudgingly takes him back to his father's camp. Merrick hides his identity until the camp is raided by, you guessed it, the king's soldiers. Loghain and Merrick then escape into the Kokari Wilds. The Kokari Wilds are basically uncharted lands that no one goes to because of legends of monsters and a witch that lives out there. Loghain and Merrick run into a group of Dalish elves, and Dalish elves are an elusive group of elves that stay away from modern society to try to keep elven tradition alive. These elves take Merrick and Loghain to meet the Wild Witch, who says she's been waiting for them. This witch promises to help them out as long as Merrick can fulfill a promise, which only Merrick can hear. And only Merrick, we have no idea what it is, but he accepts. So keep that in the back of your mind. Merrick agrees to keep the secret promise, and Loghain and Merrick are led safely out of the Kokari Wilds and into the arms of Rowan, Merrick's childhood friend and betrothed. She takes them back to the rebel camp, who have been searching for Merrick since his mother's death. Hope is now alive and well among these rebels, and they're starting to gain traction in taking down Megran's men. With the skilled help from Loghain, they successfully raid soldier camps, and with Merrick's charm, they start to build allies throughout Ferelden. Hopping over to the Ferelden throne, we meet Severin, a mage and right-hand man of the unstable King Megran. We discover that Severin has hired an elven assassin to take down Merrick once and for all. Jumping back to the rebels, they have just successfully taken over the village of Gwarren. Merrick has also quickly taken an interest in an elf that he's just rescued from some not nice men. And yes, this is the same elf that Severin just hired to assassinate Merrick. Her name is Catriel, and Merrick is too happy-go-lucky to notice that she's both incapable and also super helpful at the same time. But Loghain and Rowan have their suspicions. Plans for the next battle fall through because, yes, you guessed it, Catriel set the whole thing up. And things get pretty dicey for Merrick, and he's once again running through the forest for his life. Luckily, Loghain and Rowan come to his rescue. By this point, Catriel has warmed up to Merrick, if you know what I mean. So she's feeling pretty guilty about the failed battle and wants to help protect Gwarren from being taken over again. And still no one knows who she is, but Loghain is getting more and more suspicious. Gwarren is far away from where they've ended up, so they need to find the fastest way to get back to the village. Catriel suggests the Deep Roads, a tunnel system that's underground that was created by dwarves, but was closed off due to darkspawn lurking about. With this as their fastest option, they make their way into the Deep Roads. Now, throughout all of this, there's an undertone of passion building between these people. Merrick and Rowan are betrothed, and Rowan has a little Eponine moment. On my own. Loghain pines after Rowan. On my own. And Merrick and Catriel are in the throes of puppy love. I would also argue there's a great enemies to lovers plot between Merrick and Loghain. The beginning of the story describes Loghain as completely despising Merrick, and then it slowly becomes Loghain being unable to resist Merrick's charm. I love him. So, read into that what you will. While in the Deep Roads, all of these feelings come to light. Except for the Loghain and Merrick one, but you can read into that a little bit. Merrick admits to Rowan and Loghain that he's in love with Catriel. Rowan gets upset and storms off. Loghain goes to comfort Rowan, and then Rowan has a coming-to-light realization that Loghain's been there the whole time, and they have sex. And Catriel's overheard Merrick's conversation, so they have a heart-to-heart, and also have sex. And everything seems to have changed after that. Right before these confessions, they had just fended off a bunch of giant spiders, and the only way they could escape was by setting webs on fires and trying not to suffocate from the lack of oxygen. Imagine fighting giant spiders in a tunnel where you can barely see anything, and then you set the webs on fire, seeing the horrors all in front of you, and also trying to crawl your way out to escape and find a place where you can actually breathe. No thank you. They continue their way deeper into the roads and eventually become lost. With no daylight, it's getting difficult to track how many days have passed. Is it bedtime? Maybe. How many hours did you sleep? Who knows? Eventually, they come face to face with Darkspawn. Luckily, the Legion of the Dead is there to save the day. The Legion of the Dead is a group of dwarves that have been exiled and are sent into the Deep Roads to spend the rest of their days fighting off Darkspawn until they die. So with nothing else on their agenda, they offer to help the party get to Gwarren through the tunnels because they were absolutely going the wrong way. They make it to Gwarren just in time to defend the village. The morale is fantastic. The interpersonal relationships, however, are falling apart faster than a raccoon dipping cotton candy in water. Logan finally has Catriel followed and confirms she's a spy who's been working with King Megran, and the reckoning is now upon us. And Merrick. Logan tells Merrick about Catriel, and he reminds Merrick that he's still betrothed to Rowan and needs to figure out what he's going to do as king. Merrick confronts Catriel and ends up stabbing her with his sword. It's what a king would do. Logan then goes to Rowan and tells her she needs to support Merrick, which basically ends any potential relationship that they could have had. Rowan decides to step up as queen, though her feelings for Merrick are not the same as they once were. But back to happier times. The rebels win, and we learn that Merrick and Rowan got married and they have a son named Kaelin. And then we learn that Rowan had gotten sick and died, and Merrick and Logan are kind of friends but not. But the Ferelden heir is back on the throne with the Orlesians kicked out. And that's how the Stolen Throne ends. There's an underlying theme throughout the book about friendship and personal relationships which end up deteriorating to get Merrick onto the throne. Hard decisions needed to be made, and they couldn't be made to accommodate one person's feelings. In dark times where all is lost, a rebel prince meets an outlaw. As brothers they turn the tides, never leaving each other's sides. Two betrothed since they were young, a promise made before begun, a yearning so deep and true, leaving one to play the fool, a love that grew upon deceit, both city and heart in defeat, a love that grew honestly, changing tides for eternity. The deep roads all four must go, facing truths they cannot know. Nothing now will be the same. On their own they bear their pain. When there's death, no tears can shed. Choices made with crown on head, one together now alone, to take the stolen throne.